You're right there, Mark here from 6 Plus Save, going over, as you can hopefully see by the title and everything like that, one-page rules. Now, this game system is getting a lot of traction quite recently. It's already had traction before it, but it's getting quite a lot now in the past couple of weeks. They've had a new edition come out. Little bit of refinement and adding to the lore and the rules and all this and all that. And they've had quite a few content creators doing video and content on it. Now, I've been a Patreon member for One Page Rules since I've had a 3D printer. 5 or so months. And I was looking at them before that. Now, I want to do this video. It's quite impromptu. It's a bit on the cuff, shall we say, of showing this to hopefully the audience that comes to the channel and my plans going forward. Now, a little bit of a background of me is I initially started Wargaming hobby through Games Workshop. Now I have a collection of models from multiple different game systems, okay? Not just Games Workshop. Now, the heat Games Workshop has been getting as of late for multiple different reasons. Alright, not going to get into it. It's not that kind of video. Right or wrong, you know, they're getting a lot of heat. Now, the reason why I like the idea of one-page rules is very accessible, and it is miniatures agnostic, which I love. And the reason why I say it's accessible is it's not full of rules bloat. That is something that I hear a lot of people getting back into the wargaming hobby or are entering it for the first time, that rules bloat can be very, very intimidating. Let alone then the price point as well of getting into the hobby. So, looking at one-page rules here, you go on Google, click on one-page rules. Now, from first glance, you could kind of go, oh, these are a lot of proxies for Games Workshop. Well, yes and no. They've taken the stereotypical archetype of sci-fi and fantasy. Let's get some rule systems out there. So you got grimdark future, which is sci-fi army fighting. You got grimdark future firefight, skirmish sci-fi. You then got Age of Fantasy, which is fantasy army fighting. Then you got Age of Fantasy Skirmish, which is fantasy skirmish. Age of Fantasy Regiments. There's your old regiment style, like Warhammer Fantasy or Old World. And then you have Grim Dark Future FTL. Battle Fleet Gothic, anyone? So, the nice thing is, instantly I'm going, I've got models for this. Got models for this. I've got models for this. I've got models for this. I've got dwarf models for this. The only things I don't really have at this moment in time is the FTL one. So, for example, I want to play with my sci-fi models from Mantic, Games Workshop, for example. They're ones that come to mind straight away. Cool, Grimdark Future. 1 to 2 players. Here's an idea of what to do. Cool, I've already got the models. Here's my core rules. 1 to 2 pages. Now, I know there's game systems out there that you can already download the rules, but I'm loving this already. It is a double-side page. I've already given these a read through, and they're very, very self-contained. In all fairness, the rules that they show here, you can give them to anyone with some common sense, and they'll be able to play it straight away. I really, really like that. So you got the cool rules, you got the beginner's guide, mission cards, campaign rules. You've got an actual campaign. You can grow your force, which I love. You got solo and co-op rules, which I'm going to give a go in the future. See what the solo one's like. We'll see. You got tournament guidelines, and you got play tokens. Now, let's just say you are a complete and utter novice to wargaming. 15-page spread. Beginner's guide. So it isn't one page, but this is a beginner's guide. It's showing you about movement, line of sight, preparation, the full work, shooting, melee, everything, terrain, the special rules, and so forth. Now, I personally don't like the idea of using a tablet or something to look up rules. I don't like it. I'm old school, dare I say it. I want to have something in front of me tangible. So what I've done, I downloaded these for free, went to the local printing firm, alright, because I do have a printer, but I need to fill up ink. I went, could you print it out for me? And I printed out Grimdark Future. I printed out their Age of Fantasy. And I printed out Age of Fantasy Regiments. Now this is version 2.0, but I can still play with it. That cost me a grand total of 15 quid. For 3 rule sets. 15 quid, and they're free. I really am loving the idea of where One Page Rules is going. Their Build the Army option is free. It's all free. It's not behind some paywall. It's not behind you need to get this army book or anything like that. It is all free. Let me say it again. It is free, and it's so self-explanatory. It's beyond reproach. And there's community army lists that they've been added in that gives you more units that you can play around with. Oh, you want to play your own version of Horus Heresy with one-page rules? Cool. Here's a load of different units, which I'm tempted to give that a go down the line. But anyway, that's a another option. Now, if we go back and we join the Patreon, which I've already joined, as I said a little while ago. Now, if you join the Patreon, you get access to models. Now, the Patreon membership I've personally got, just so it's all clear, I've got the £10 a month Patreon, which gives me access to the models, the welcome pack, rewards, bonus paper miniatures, so you can print those out and play around with those if you haven't got a 3D printer or anything like that, monthly rewards, and discount on their site. Now, for example, this month, if you were to join, you get some human empire models, and you get a first installment of the dwarf guilds. So each month you get a fantasy army and a sci-fi army. You can't moan at that, because then on top of that as well, if you are then a loyal supporter, I believe it's you've supported them for at least 3 months continuously. I think it's 3 months, and maybe even 2 months. You get an epic model. And I mean, these are epic models. I haven't been able to print them out yet because I haven't had time. But this is next month's one. You get that thrown in. It's just so cool. So cool. But as I said, on top of that, you get discount on their My Mini Factory. So at the moment, they got 50% off their store, even if you're not a Patreon. If you are a Patreon, you get 70% off. So I was just talking to my other half about it, and she's tempted to give the fantasy side of the gaming a go. I was like, oh, why don't we have a look at the army? And she likes to look at the dinosaurs. So you got the Saurians. You got 2 army bundles. First one here is $88, $90. I'm a Patreon for £10. So that's now, let's keep it easy maths. That's $100. Alright? But it's $90, I get 70% off. So I get that close to £25. All those files there. If you've already got a 3D printer and you know what you're doing and you're already printing out models, this is a win-win. Okay? Because these are amazing proxies for any game system out there that allows you to play with dinosaurs riding dinosaurs. Okay? Amazing proxies. If you want to have your demons, for example, there you go. You got some demons. Can't go wrong. You got all sorts on here. So I know this is quite rough around the edges. I'm not denying that at all. But I genuinely do think more people need to have a look at this system, because it's not trying to peddle its wares. It's producing amazing models, amazing sculpts that they speak for themselves. And on top of that, I do believe they have their own actual you can buy miniatures from them. I'll put all the links down below. Oh, shop. Pre-printed miniatures. There you go. You can buy the miniatures if you wish. But here's their alien hives. Just the whole thing behind it is just great. Okay, and I'm genuinely going to give this a good old go. I'm going to try the solo game system rule. I'm going to try their campaign rules, the full works, and I'm excited to give Age of Fantasy a go with my dwarves that I'm painting up. It's just going to be interesting because I'm a little bit tired of all the toxicity that's around on social media with wargaming. There's a lot out there, but I don't see any of it around One Page Rules. There is none out there. I'm on their Discord, and before they do any updates or anything like that, major updates, they're constantly talking to that community and asking feedback and being very open and honest about it. And it's just very wholesome. I do like that. You know, I don't have the mindset anymore to be like, oh, I need to chase this, I need to chase that, I need to chase this. I just want to be a big kid and throw some dice and play with my little plastic toys. But yeah, I know this is a bit of a longer video than normal. I just genuinely don't have I don't have a script for this. This is very upfront and honest. I'll put the links in the description down below to the One Page Rules page, their Patreon, their My Mini Factory, and their solid printed solid models. And yeah, I would love, honestly, if you've came through all the way to the end, very much appreciate it. Comment down below if you've had experience yourself with One Page Rules. Please let me know what you found out about it. If you're interested in it, chat, let me know. I want to see more and hear more about it, because it doesn't seem to be such a paywall. I think that's the reason why I really enjoy this. It's just very inviting. I've got tons and tons and tons of models, but I just want to play with them. But anyway, I'm waffling on. Thank you so very, very much for watching through to the end. As I said, it means the absolute world to me. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Usual YouTube algorithm things, but I do love reading those comments and I respond to every single one. Alright? I do have social media links down below. Discord, Facebook, the usual things. But I also have affiliate links. So if you want to support the channel and get some of your own wargaming supplies, they are down there. You get yourself some discount as well, and there's a small little kickback to me. Helps keep the lights on, and maybe fund some more one-page rules. But anyway, you take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Take care.